Football games are the absolute juggernauts of sports video games, with EA and Konami releasing new iterations of FIFA and Pro Evolution Soccer each year. However, FIFA has been mercilessly dominant in this field for what seems to be forever now, mostly due to its staggering amount of officially licensed content. But has the time finally come for PES to regain its former glory and take over the throne of footy games once again? As it is widely known, FIFA serves as the arcade representation of football, whereas PES is geared towards the crowd who appreciates the slow-paced simulation gameplay style. Now, this very fact is one of the reasons why FIFA's been the go-to game for most football fans. It's a simple pick-up-and-play experience, as opposed to PES, which requires a fair amount of skill right from the get-go to be enjoyed properly. And so, while the difference in the gameplay styles can be boiled down to personal preference, FIFA's Ultimate Team has been its bread and butter for a good while now, and it is this very mode that's been putting FIFA so high above competition over the years. But just how long can this addictive mode keep the game afloat and so high up on the pedestal? Namely, the last 6 months have been quite a turbulent period for EA's giant, from extremely negative reviews on Metacritic that vary from complaints about the career mode, overall gameplay, and microtransactions, to horrendous connection problems that rendered the game unplayable during some very important periods, like when pro FIFA players were forced to play a match of rock, paper, scissors to decide the winner of their match, as they could not invite each other to a game in a licensed EA qualifier, all due to the servers being offline. Moreover, EA banning one of their most popular streamers, Kurt, caused the player to stream PES 20 instead, which resulted in the game surpassing FIFA in overall Twitch viewers count for the first time ever. All of this has caused a good number of players to make the switch from FIFA to PES, which can, for example, be seen in multiple posts on PES's subreddit. Now, curiously enough, those who simply wanted to give the game a go just to see what all the fuss is about decided to stay for the long ride because they found themselves genuinely enjoying the realistic gameplay style. So, what is it about PES that most players find so satisfying? Well, as previously stated, Pro Evolution Soccer offers a highly realistic football experience. The emphasis is put almost entirely on build-up play, where passing plays a vital role, and given the game's fantastic ball physics, it makes the entire experience an absolute joy. Long shots also benefit from Konami's realistic approach, and scoring a screamer genuinely makes you jump up and scream in satisfaction, as if you've scored a proper belter in real life.
He's shaping up to have a crack. Pjanic! That is gorgeous! Sumptuous finish and absolute joy. Oh, that is a bit special.
Setting correct formations and game plans is of utmost importance in PES because it's borderline impossible to make the game a one-man show, no matter how skilled the player you're controlling may be. Dashing through defense by stringing together dribbling combos with Neymar, for example, is pretty much an everyday thing in FIFA, but PES 2020 requires team play, and therefore having a good midfielder on your team is far more important than having a pacey, prolific winger. Arguably, the biggest difference between the two games is in the ball physics. In FIFA, the ball is pretty much glued to the player's feet, and while it isn't as prominent in FIFA 20, it's still nowhere near the level of PES, where the ball genuinely feels like a separate entity. This makes passing, especially long through balls, very satisfying to execute. The game just simply flows beautifully, and while the movement animations of players are not exactly on par with those of FIFA, it is still far from being a game-breaking eyesore. In fact, thanks to the new stadium camera, the impact of the somewhat robotic animations of players is reduced to an absolute minimum. If anything, given the game's amazing lighting, especially with HDR enabled, it could easily be mistaken for a real-life match when seen in full glory on a high-end TV. Konami's answer to FIFA's Ultimate Team is a mode called My Club, and while it does provide a far more bare-bones experience in terms of content and events when compared to Foot, the upside is that it is not riddled with microtransactions as much. You can get some seriously impressive players by simply playing the game, and before you know it, your team will be packed with superstars. But My Club Co-op is where this mode truly shines though. You enter a lobby with your friends or random players and the team lineups mix together to form a custom squad made out of your and your teammates' starting 11. It is a unique experience that makes you approach the game from a completely different angle, and knowing that you literally have to put in substantial team effort to build up a play makes scoring goals all the more satisfying. Now, everything that we mentioned so far is all well and fine, but it's not to say that PES 2020 is a perfect game. Naturally, it has its fair share of flaws as well, such as the often inexplicably dumb AI and free kicks that are so easy to score that they should most definitely be nerfed as soon as possible. And of course, the elephant in the room, Konami's notorious lack of licenses. However, this problem can easily be rectified with patches and custom option files, so we don't really consider it a major flaw. Besides, the Japanese giant has started making the right moves towards getting official licenses for various major teams such as Man United, Bayern Munich, Juventus, and so on, and we sincerely hope that they keep building on this in the future, and that is exactly what Konami need to do to make PES 2021 their best football game of all time. The slogan of Pro Evo is "The pitch is ours," and indeed the on-pitch action is quite remarkable, but it's high time the publisher started looking at things that take place off the pitch as well. Proper marketing and investing in more official licenses that will bring in new stadiums, crowd chants, official scoreboards, and other things that may seem minor but are in fact very important pieces to completing the puzzle that is immersion. The potential is evidently there, and now is the time for Konami to seize the opportunity and really push PES to even more incredible heights, because the franchise very much deserves it. Now, we don't want to come off as FIFA haters here, quite the contrary, we've actually played and enjoyed every FIFA title thus far, but we cannot deny the fact that PES has been improving significantly faster than its rival over the last few years, and because we believe in giving credit where it's due, we really have to commend Konami for the progress they've been making with their PES series. But of course, the perfect scenario for the players would be that both companies come out with amazing games next year. We would be happy to have problems as to which football game to invest our time and money in, and with EA falling off last year and Konami stepping it up, this will be an interesting year for the football gaming world to say the least. But let us know what you guys think about this. Which game do you prefer, FIFA or PES? And what game will you be buying next year? Let us know in the comment section below. We would be happy to hear your thoughts, and please make sure to head over to AltChar.com for much more content like this, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming content. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Sabriel, and see you in the next video.